Today we are talking about something quite different from the norm. We look at political activism through music, or let me say African musicians singing to a different tune. So several African artists are known to have used their platform to impact change in their different societies. We are talking big names like Salif Keita in Mali, Senegal's Youssou, Benin's Angelique, Kidjo, Mama Africa, the late Miriam Makeba, Nigeria's Fela Kuti, among other artists. They addressed issues plaguing the continent, and the impact of their lyrics can still be heard and felt today. Fela Kuti, for example, called music a weapon and Nigeria's military a troop of zombies, as he encouraged the country's people to speak out against the corrupt government. Within the same time period, Miriam Makeba and Salif Keita used their platforms to bring awareness to cultural injustices in South Africa and Mali, respectively. So the most widely used music genre used by modern-day artists to speak out against societal evils is hip-hop music. As we know, hip-hop has been popular in Africa since the early 1980s due to widespread American influence. And a very good example of artists expressing themselves through rap music come from Senegal. So this West African country has quite a number of rap artists using their talent in sensitizing the populations. Y'en a Marre is a group of Senegalese rappers working together with some journalists and activists. So through their music, they have been able to address different issues affecting the country, especially when it comes to politics. So according to them, they were fed up with an array of problems in the Senegalese society, hence coming up with a movement. Take a look.
We organized Y'en a Marre basically to change the way that Senegalese was behavior, but that was also to protest against how politicians was handling the country.
From that day forward, that day that we said Y'en a Marre, from that day forward, we want to see a different face of Senegal. We want a new face of Senegal from that point. The song have two sides. At one side, you can say that the song is about being sentinel of the democracy, being the watchdog of the democracy in your local area.
Serge Bambara, alias Smokey, is yet another artist, but this time from Burkina Faso. He has continued to perform despite enormous threats. He co-founded Le Ballet Citoyen, that is the Citizens' Broom, a grassroots political movement which took part in the protests on October 31st, 2014, that forced Burkina Faso's President Blaise Compaoré to resign and flee the country. In the following music clip, he asks to stop the practice of circumcision that affects more than 3 million African women each year, with dramatic consequences to many of them.
Le temps s'écoule, la fillette a grandi. Les incommodités sont quotidiennes dans sa vie. Le choc est fatal, le souvenir brutal. Le mal est fait pour le mal, mais le mal ne satisfait aucun mal. Quand la lame tranche facile, plus que drame. Laisse tomber les larmes dans l'enfer des flammes. Quoi que disent l'imam, les ancêtres ou les mâles.
Unfortunately for most of these artists, they have faced the wrath of their governments, forcing them to go into exile or suffer major losses. Smokey's studio, for example, was burnt down twice during his country's democratic transition. I also take the example of Tanzanian rapper Emmanuel Elibariki, also known as Nay wa Mitego, who was recently arrested for releasing a song deemed insulting to the Tanzanian government. We head to Mali, where we have Fatoumata Diawara. She takes the lead in a musical bid to emancipate Mali and rescue its traditions. She's also keen to break a cycle of oppressive custom. She also uses her voice to fight against Al-Qaeda-linked organizations causing great damage in the country, especially in the northern part. In this song, she talks about her land, her Timbuktu. Of course, there are numerous artists that we haven't talked about today who have sown the seeds of social and political transformation in various parts of Africa. Time won't allow me to do that, but be sure to stick around as we'll definitely talk about them next time. Get in touch with me on my Facebook page, Lynette Bahati, on Twitter @BahatiLynette. Till then, ciao, ciao.